Co-op is a two-player cooperative card game designed by me, Patrick Brennan, and illustrated by Alicia Wilkerson. The game is about working with your partner to assemble flat-pack furniture, and definitely not about your collapsing relationship. A game of co-op is played over 3 rounds. At the start of each round, each player selects a manual page card to build. These will be combined together to create the instructions for the furniture that you're making this round. Players will now take turns expressing their needs to their partner and assembling their hex cards into the furniture. At the start of your turn, you'll draw a hand of 3 cards and hold it so that only your partner can see the love language side. They can now tell you one thing about the hand of cards you have. For instance, they could tell you how many of a type of love language you're holding, or they could point out a specific love language and tell you that that's what it is. Keeping these love languages in mind, you now need to see if you can assemble the hex cards in your hand into the shape of the instructions you made at the start of the round. But these hex cards can't just go anywhere. In addition to trying to make the shape of your instructions, these pieces only fit together in certain ways. After 4 rounds, partners check to see if they have assembled a stable piece of furniture. If they have, congratulations, you scored the meatballs on your manual pages. Otherwise, your furniture is unstable and just collapses and falls apart. You won't score any meatballs this turn, and all the love languages on these cards are lost. If you did build your furniture correctly, flip all these cards over and tally up all the love languages you've earned. After attempting to assemble 3 pieces of furniture, it's time to sit down with your partner for a heart-to-heart. Tally up all the meatballs that you earned from all the furniture you built over the course of the game. Then check to see if you've fulfilled your needs cards. If you have, that's bonus meatballs. If not, you might have to rethink this relationship. In the end, players get a score based on the number of meatballs they've earned over the course of the game. Thanks for taking a look at an overview of co-op. The rest of this video is going to show an example of defining the relationship during the setup of the game, and then go through a first round of assembling furniture. The first thing we need to do is we need to define our relationship. So each of us are going to get a needs card, and each of these cards show us the love languages that we need to score to be happy. These cards are cumulative, right? So like if you need 2 physical touch and I need 3 physical touch, we need to score 5 at the end of the game, right? These cards are secret because, of course, we're here to build furniture, not talk about our relationship. So this is information that is just for you. So take a look at that now and see what you are going to need. On top of that, there is also a hardship in our relationship, something that is causing a bit of consternation that we are specifically not talking about. And for us, that's going to be a business trip that's coming up. At the start of the heart-to-heart phase, which is the end scoring, basically, what that means is that we're going to reduce this communication dial by 3. So we need to, on top of everything else, we need to make sure that we're communicating with each other while we're away on business. All right? Okay. That all set up, we have defined our relationship, and now we can start to get to our furniture. Each of us are going to head off into the aisles of our flat-pack furniture store, take a look at 2 of these, and you're each going to pick 1 manual page. These are going to combine together to form the shape that we're building this round. Each of these you'll see has a number of meatballs on it. The more meatballs it has, the harder it is to build. Though, obviously, less meatballs easier, less points at the end of the game. Some of them also have additional rules. Like, I think, what have you got there? You've got, like, lead, which when you play that card, immediately scores 1 physical touch. Some of them are more complicated than that, but that's what that one does. So go ahead and choose one of those to assemble, keeping, of course, your needs in mind.
Is there a discard for...
Yeah, we'll just take that, and we'll put that over here. With the other cards we're not using this game. All right. Hey, check it out. We're building compassion.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So right off the bat with compassion, you get to set a boundary. So you get to tell me one of the love language symbols that does not appear on your needs card. What don't you need?
I don't need physical touch.
Physical touch. Okay. So now I know you don't need physical touch. That's great information for me to have. Let's keep that all together. So we're going to crack open our furniture box. And we are going to lay these out over here in our Knowles components section. We're going to sort these basically out into the hands that we're going to be playing over the course of this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to be taking the first turn. So you're going to take all the cards in step 1, and you're going to hold them so that I can see the back and you cannot. So I need to see the love languages. You need to see the black and white side. Exactly. Okay. So with this like this, I now get to share or communicate one piece of information to you about the love languages that you are holding. So I can tell you what one specific card is or how many of a type of card that you're holding. Later on in the game it might come up. I can also show you a card on the table, though obviously there are no cards on the table right now. So I'm going to tell you that you are holding 2 words of affirmation in your hand, which is this guy right here. Your little cheat sheet has the symbols for that too if you ever need it. Now, you get to play as many, any, all of, none of the cards, or whatever you would like, from your hand to start to try and make the compassion shape that we need to build right here. The first card you play is going to get marked with this token. It's going to be the dark gray hex in the center, and then everything else is going to build out from there. When you put cards together, you'll notice all the cards either have a plus or a minus on them. These are like bolts, plugs, and sockets, basically, of your hardware, or the hardware of your furniture. So these need to plug together. So like plus goes to minus, plus doesn't go to plus, minus doesn't go to minus. Additionally, black borders don't go to white borders, but white borders can go to white borders. Last rule with this, each of these cards requires a certain number of connections to be made to it in order for it to be stable at the end. Otherwise, our furniture is falling apart and we're not scoring any points from it. So this card needs to be plugged into one other thing in order for it to be stable. So this card would be stable like this. You would need to plug something else into one of the black corners of this card in order for this card to be stable. The connections don't need to happen when you play the card, just by the time we're done.
I'm going to start with this.
Great. And that's it. That's that, huh? Okay. Well, then I will take step 2. And sorry, and the cards that you don't play, you're going to keep those face down in front of you. Those are going to come up a little bit later. And so now I'm going to hold these, and you're going to communicate something to me about the cards I am holding.
Wrenches are...
Acts of service.
You have 2 acts of service.
Okay. Well, that is information. Listen, thanks for telling me. What can I build? I can do... You know what? I'm just going to... Listen... We got to get this thing moving, so I'm just going to slap together this whole side of our furniture.
I forgot I can play multiple cards.
You can play as many cards as you want. Now you know. Okay. Yeah. This is physical touch. I'm just saying, it would be nice, you know. I know that I'm away on business a lot, you know, we can come back, hold hands or something. I'm just saying, this card, take a look at it.
This one?
That one. You monster.
What if I could, buddy?
Listen, it just doesn't fit in the schedule.
I'm doing these.
I gotcha. Yep, so we need a single minus and a single plus to finish this.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
And we need...
And we can see that we have a single plus coming. So we just need a single minus in here to finish this.
Yeah.
And if we get stuck, I can use it all over.
Great.
Great. Tell me about what I'm holding.
You have 2 physical touch.
Well, that's great news. Listen, I just said... Did I make that clear? Well, in it goes... Bang, bang. We have created the compassion. Great. So we double check everything that we've got. We've got 2 connections on at least all of our 2 connection points. We've got at least 1 connection on all of those. All of the pluses go to minuses, so everything is happy. We have a nice, stable piece of furniture. So first things first, we're going to flip all of this over. And we're going to score 3 physical touch, 1 gift, 1 word of affirmation, 2 acts of service, and 1 quality time. All of that is in the bank. Now, like any good piece of flat pack furniture, we are left with a whole bunch of pieces left over that we didn't use. If you would like, you can flip these over and take a look at the back of them, and you can put any number of them into the random bag of parts. For every card you put into here, you're going to score that love language immediately. But for every card we put in here, we're going to lose, or for every 2 cards we put in here, we're going to lose 1 meatball at the end of the game, rounded up. I am not going to put this in the bag of parts.
I don't think I am either.
Okay. All of this goes with it. And once again, we're going to crack open our next box.